I was sitting on my porch, cold beer in my hand, watching my neighbor completely lose his mind. Because his car was gone. Not stolen. Not borrowed. Towed. And the reason? He blocked my driveway one too many times. And tonight just happened to be the night he brought a Tinder date home. If you've ever felt disrespected, ignored, or treated like your time and boundaries didn't matter, this story is going to feel deeply satisfying. Hit that like button, subscribe, and settle in, because this is one of those revenge stories where karma shows up right on time. Let me set the scene. I live in a quiet neighborhood. Nothing fancy, just a normal place where people are supposed to follow basic, unspoken rules. One of those rules? You don't block someone else's driveway. But my neighbor? He treated that rule like a suggestion, meant for other people. He was tall and 6 feet something, mid-20s, good looks, gym body, the kind of guy who walked around like the world owed him patience. Confidence wasn't the problem. Entitlement was. From the very first week he moved in, he started parking his crusty silver sedan directly across my driveway. Not halfway, not kind of blocking it. Fully, completely, no way in or out. The first time it happened, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I knocked on his door. He smiled, said, "Oh yeah, my bad, man. I'll just be a bit." A bit turned into 3 hours. The second time, I left a polite note. The third time, another conversation. By the fourth, fifth, sixth time, and my tone changed. "Hey man, seriously, you cannot park there." Every time, same response. Same lazy shrug, same words. "I'm just here for a bit." But a bit to him meant 3 to 5 hours. Every single time. And the worst part? He never apologized, never rushed, never acted embarrassed. It was always like I was inconveniencing him by needing access to my own driveway. I started planning my days around his arrogance. Running late to work? Too bad his car was there. Groceries in the trunk? Guess I'm carrying bags down the street. Friends coming over? Awkward texts explaining why my driveway is blocked again. Each time it happened, I felt the same thing creep in. That tight feeling in your chest. That heat behind your eyes. That helpless rage you feel when someone knows they're wrong and then does it anyway. Then came last week. I pulled up after a long day, already tired, already annoyed. And there it was. His car, blocking my driveway. Again, but this time was different. I noticed movement through his window. He was getting ready. I saw him adjusting his hair, spraying cologne, checking himself in the mirror. He wasn't just here for a bit. He was going out. Something snapped. Not explosive anger. Something quieter, colder. That moment when you stop asking yourself, should I? And start thinking, why haven't I? I didn't knock. Didn't leave a note. Didn't warn him. I pulled out my phone and called a tow truck. Calm voice. Clear explanation. Car blocking my driveway. Repeated issue. They said they'd be there soon. And when I hung up, I felt something I hadn't felt in weeks. Relief. About 20 minutes later, I heard it. The low rumble. The hydraulic hiss. The unmistakable sound of consequences arriving. I watched from my window as they hooked his car up. No drama. No shouting. Just business. And just like that, his car was gone. 45 minutes later, I was sitting on my porch, beer in hand, cool night air settling in, when I saw her. A woman walking up the sidewalk. Nice outfit. Heels clicking. Phone in hand. You could tell instantly. This was a date. She knocked on his door. He opened it with a confident smile. The same smile he always wore. Then his eyes shifted. Down the street. To where his car should have been. The smile vanished. Confusion first. Then panic. He stepped outside. Looked left. Looked right. His hands went up like someone had just robbed him. She asked something, probably, "Where's your car?" His voice got louder, sharper. I took a slow sip of my beer. Then I spoke, casually. "If you're looking for your car as it got towed, you were blocking my driveway again." Silence. He snapped toward me, face red, already halfway into an argument. But before he could launch into excuses, the girl looked at him and said, "Wait, you parked in front of his driveway?" He started explaining, talking fast, shrugging. Minimizing. She didn't buy a single word. She just shook her head. "Wow, that's trash." And she walked away. Didn't yell. Didn't argue. Just turned around and left him standing there. Carlos exposed, humiliated. I watched his confidence collapse in real time. The shoulders slumped, the hands in his hair, the realization settling in that this was his fault. I finished my beer in silence. Since that night, he's never blocked my driveway again. Not once. And funny enough, he never brought another girl home either. Climactic payoff, justice moment. No shouting, no threats, no confrontation, just consequences. The kind that arrive quietly and leave a permanent mark. Some people don't learn from warnings. They don't respect boundaries. They only learn when the cost finally outweighs the convenience. And sometimes karma doesn't need to be dramatic. Sometimes it just needs a tow truck. If this story gave you that chef's kiss feeling of justice served, hit like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? Or secretly wished you could pull off? More stories like this are coming. And trust me, you won't want to miss them.